Hello? Wait. Just go back to main. Go back to main. Wait. Just go back to main. Go back to main.
It's all right.
I'm sorry about that. We were experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties, but welcome back to the Wichita Collegiate Sports Broadcasting Network. It wouldn't be a broadcast if we didn't have a little bit of technical difficulties. And just to add to that, we have a new guy here in the booth tonight on his first broadcast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I am Kyle, and I'll be working with Hayden in the booth for tonight's game against Dorado.
Yep, he'll be doing the play-by-play for tonight. So in these last couple minutes before the game starts, let's talk about a little bit what we're foreseeing here. So in some of our player interviews before this game, we saw a little bit of the Spartan offensive strategy going into this game. Right as we're about to kick off here, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of work put in by the outside runners and by Hudson in the pulling in the center from the QB position. They're definitely going to be putting in that work, especially with the strong line that they're having. I'm sorry I couldn't go into more depth with that strategy before we get to this kickoff here, but I'm sure that we'll get more in depth through this game here.
What we do know is that El Dorado will be blitzing heavily, super predictable defensive scheme.
Absolutely.
And we do need to see how the interior offensive line will handle that in as we are underway. And the ball up at the 24-yard line, and the Collegiate Spartans' first offensive drive starts now.
All right, to start off this game here, first home game of the season. Fans are packed in here. It's just good to be back, good to see. We're definitely going to be seeing a lot of work put in by the center. Let's just get right into it.
Morales, handoff to Parker, number 11, runs it back to the outside, bounces, cuts it back inside. It's gained to about the 36-yard line. They will mark it at the 37.
That was a close one there, almost out of bounds. That's definitely something we're going to be seeing a lot more in this game. Is a lot of outside work. El Dorado, their defense is really strong in the center. They're going to be, as Hyon already said, blitzing a lot of this game. So what Collegiate's going to need is a lot of quick action. Here we have the fake.
Morales throws deep.
Picked up.
Brett Wetta, number 9, and a touchdown
touchdown.
on the second play on the drive.
Wow.
6-0 Spartans.
Did we not predict it? They were going for those outside plays. They focused really heavily on the center and fell right for it. That was just a perfect. It was basically just wet as they draw it up in the books. We saw the red get cleared almost immediately. Hudson just throwing an absolute dime. Collegiate's going to go for this extra corner here. Kicked in by Ward Widener.
The kick is good.
Oh, wow.
7-0 Spartans.
Just some
Two-play drive and a Morales strike to Wetta.
Just some beautiful football right there. Let's get into some Spartan defense real quick. I thought we'd have more time to talk about the offense, but let's get into their defense real quick. We were talking before this game. Something we're going to be seeing a lot of from El Dorado is a lot of running plays, a lot of using their quick action. They got a lot of strong guys on the team. They're going to be trying to just move through our new line, especially because a lot of these guys here at Collegiate, we lost a lot of seniors who were on the line. Mason Charbonneau, Brett Black, all really key senior players. And now without that, without on the defensive line, it's going to be time for players like Big Cat, Lucas Randy Brown, to really take it up the mantle on defense. It's going to be really interesting to see. Here we have the kick by Peyton Conister for the kickoff.
And Conister boots it. Picked up around the 20. And
by number 6, Trace Fowler.
And he is down around the 27-yard line. So Spartan defense will take the field for the first time today.
At this first home game, and oh my gosh, I'm telling you right now, these stands are packed. It is amazing to see here. The student section looking amazing. Unfortunately, unlike last year, we don't get a direct view of them now. But wow, what a way to kickstart the game. So let's get it started right up in here.
And we see, again, the battle of the trenches as El Dorado wins the first play. The offensive line creates a nice opening.
Pushes right down the center. Looks like Johnson, he's going to be a pretty key player, starter and senior, runs it down for about 4 yards.
And there you do see the game plan for El Dorado, which is just to run it up the middle, a bunch of inside zone schemes. So we'll see how Spartan linebackers, Tristan Sproul.
Tristan Sproul, absolutely. Unfortunately, neither of us were here for the last game, but
as another run play picks up about 4 yards.
Yes, 4 yards.
About 4 yards.
But as we saw, he was absolutely dynamic on defense. Just everywhere he needed to be, making really key tackles, especially on the inside. So with him and Lucas Rennie Brown on the inside, it's going to be really big for both of them.
Another heavy set look in the backfield. Looks like they're just going to pound the rock, but Spartans get there at a 0-yard game for El Dorado. Looks like they are starting to pick up on the El Dorado game plan.
Pick up. I think they were on top of it from the beginning. There's not a lot to say. It looks like it's going to be definitely if El Dorado wants to see any points on the board of this game, it's going to be a long haul for them. It's going to be a battle for every single yard. Absolutely. So we line up here.
Number 81, Sebastian on the outside. Another run play, and it goes nowhere. Tackle for loss, and it will be a 3rd and about 14 for El Dorado. And it looks like they are going to have to pass the ball.
Yeah, absolutely amazing tackle by Cooper Brown. Just great work out there.
3rd and 12.
These are going to be all some really key players we're going to be looking at. Cooper Brown, Tristan Sproul, their work out there so far has just been absolutely amazing. And if this is an image for the rest of the game, then El Dorado is going to be in some serious trouble.
Another heavy set look in the backfield. Oh my gosh. They fumble it, but the quarterback picks it up and gets about 6, but that will not be enough. It will be 4th and 4, and we'll likely have to bring out the special teams unit to punt the ball.
Are they?
Oh.
It doesn't look like they are. It looks like they're going to go for it.
That they are about to go for it.
Oh, and it also looks like the refs were pushed the ball a little back. I don't think that's quite 6 yards.
Yeah, no.
It's definitely going to be tough for El Dorado, especially not wanting to put that Spartan offense past the 50-yard line, making it really easy for them to get even more points on the board.
It appears they're trying to draw a flag, but now they're moving back into shotgun formation, and a pass is incoming.
Oh, a kick from the quarterback.
Oh, and a lucky bounce for El Dorado. It'll be down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And the Spartan offense takes the ball.
All right. As we're getting in here, let's talk a little bit more about this Spartan offense. Something that they were really worried about this game is the key plays by the center attackers, defenders, on El Dorado's side. They're going to be blitzing every single game. They're really fast. They're really quick. They're really strong. It's definitely going to be up to our centers and our right and left guards to be there for that attack, especially if they want to stop the Spartan offense.
A little motion, and Ferrales pitches it to Parker. Parker breaking tackles, and he's got a gain of about 10. That should be a first down.
Oh my goodness! He just broke through 2 defenders at once.
Yeah.
Jaden, I got to announce a little bit for him during the basketball season. He's always been that strong one to break through defenders, and he's just doing absolutely amazing.
Not quite a first down, but a 2nd and 1. And looks like Ferrales, another handoff to Parker. Parker picks up the first down and more with a gain of about 4 yards.
Wow. Again, just pushing defenders over. Really incredible work there.
Parker comes off the field and
goes in for Julian Johnson. This could be reading more passing plays. Julian Johnson, definitely great player, but not quite the same strength as Jaden Parker. So it'll be interesting to see how this changes the collegiate strategy offensive-wise.
6'4" Sebastian Hines-Turner will be on the outside. You will be hearing a lot from him. He will be running a lot of vertical routes, a lot of go routes. And as you see from the second play from scrimmage, they scored a touchdown just running a straight line up the field. So we'll see how they can continue to improve upon that. Oh, it is a handoff.
It is a handoff to. Oh, and he just makes his way around.
He's so fast. Gain of 15 yards, and the chains move again. Spartan offense is at the 45-yard line.
Man, he shut us up real quick. He just managed to dart around those defenders. He did a great job right there, finding all the gaps he needed to, especially when all their defense is drawn into the center. It makes it really easy for running plays to go out on the outside. El Dorado is definitely going to have to switch up some strategies here if they want to make any ground in this game.
Turner gets the screen from Ferrales, runs up, and gets a gain of about 6 yards.
And that pass was out to number 81, Sebastian Turner.
All right, looks like some more change outs for El Dorado. Number 73, Cruz Sanchez, coming off the field, and Jackson Lee, number 70, coming on. Constantly switching around this defense.
12 Gorges gets a gain of about 15-ish yards, and Spartans are now getting close to field goal range. They are at the 35-yard line.
I don't think they've had less than a 10-yard play this entire push.
Yeah,
it's just really impressive and incredible to see, especially this being my first game watching the collegiate Spartans from up here in the booth. Really impressive to see. It's also interesting to know that this year collegiate does have a new offensive coordinator. He's not a new coach with us, but
a handoff to Johnson. Bounces it to the outside, gets a block, and he is gone. Wow. Blazing speed to a 13-0 lead for the Spartans.
And my goodness,
those were some great blocks.
That was a 39-yard run. That was incredible. He just shot through those defenders. It really, really impressive to see.
A nice little change-up from the offensive coordinator. They're used to seeing a lot of Jaden Parker, number 11, running back, but Julian Johnson getting the work done on this drive.
I mean, there's nothing to say other than that was impressive and quick.
Mm-hmm.
Shot up goes by Ward Weiner, and it's good
14-0 lead for the Spartans, and if El Dorado doesn't get their act together quick, this could turn ugly soon.
It's not even them getting their act together. They just need a full change in strategy. This running play is definitely not going to work against a strong collegiate defense, especially with the depth we have. We're going to see a lot of work put in by those players. It's really impressive to see. And the offense, there's nothing to say but wow. Just really incredible work put in by Julian Johnson. Going into this game, we expected a lot more passing, especially with how heavy the defense is on the front with all the blitzing. This is definitely not something we expected based on our analysis before the game, but just incredible to see.
And Hayden Cronister lines up to all that. He boots it away, kind of a low pooch kick, and it's taken up at the 25, and he will get up to around the 26-yard line, and the El Dorado offense will take place from here. It'll be interesting to see their change-ups now that they've seen linebacker Tristan Sproul and other of the elite defensive linemen that the Spartans have kind of shutting down their run in that first drive. So we'll see what they change up here in the second drive.
Additionally, we've seen El Dorado switch out their players a lot. This could be a case of them also wanting to wear out the Spartan defense to try and get some later game plays in with their running strategy, but I just don't think that's going to work.
Another heavy set in the backfield, and that goes nowhere. Gain of about 1 or 2.
Absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really hard to compete when you have just an amazing quarterback like we do. Number 8, Hudson, just really supporting the team, whereas El Dorado is focusing a lot on running plays. Makes it really easy and predictable for the collegiate defense.
Yeah. I was intrigued to see how Hudson would transition because he came from Heston to our new playbook, but it seems that it has been a seamless transition, and the offense is just going as good as ever.
I mean, every play this game just looks like it was drawn out on a map.
As a fake, and it goes nowhere again. A gain of 1 yard. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 8 we are looking at. El Dorado needs to stop getting into these 3rd and longs.
Might I add, that was a great defense by number 56, Tristan Sproul. Looks like we're waiting on the coaches for another play here.
And another 3 men in the backfield. It'll be interesting to see what they do. A pitch, a fumble, and the Spartans fell on it. Number 14.
Number 14 picks it up. Harrison
Simon.
Wow.
What a collapse from El Dorado on that drive.
Oh, no.
I just don't understand the play call to pitch it to the outside of 3rd and 9. But it works out for the Spartans.
Absolutely.
And they have the ball at the 22-yard line, and Hudson Ferrell is back out there looking to make it 20-0 with another touchdown on board. Parker is back in the backfield with Ferrales, shotgun formation. And a handoff to Parker. Bounces it inside, then goes outside.
That was touch and go there for a second. It looks like a fumble.
It looks like
it is
the Spartans.
Oh, looks like an injury. Number 63, Gibby Gibson. It looks like he's going to stay on though, just a little limping. But Spartans do keep the ball.
And they are now inside the 10 at the 7-yard line, knocking on the door of another touchdown.
Man, it might just be Parker Parker and Julian putting in all this work this game. Brett Wetta had an amazing touchdown, but it almost seems like all they need.
And handoff to Parker, stiff arms somebody, bounces inside, breaking tackles, gets all the way to the 2. What a play. I mean, the defender was right there and just gave him an arm to the face.
I mean, again, Spartan offense has just really been able to find all the gaps today. They've been really working in and out of their defense, just making really dynamic, amazing plays. There's just not a lot El Dorado can do. It seems to be.
Six men on the line, a tight end, a handoff to Parker, who will bounce and get to the one. It will be 3rd and goal from the one. We'll see if they can convert this into a touchdown.
I mean, with the yards they've been gaining every play, I think there's nothing to expect but another handoff to Parker here.
And likely, even if they don't get this, a 4th and 1, you're up 14, you're 1 yard away. You might have to go for it.
Number one, James Shackelford comes off the field in for Hayden Anderson.
2 receivers on the outside, heavy people up front, handoff to Parker, and he just walks in. Touchdown. It is 20-0. Spartan's just putting an offensive clinic on right now.
Wow, incredible work by the Spartan offense. Now leading 20-0 here with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
I mean, if El Dorado wants any shot to get back into this game, the slot play has to stop. They need to change the game plan up. So we'll see what they do.
Number 57 with the kick.
Ward Weiner,
and it's good.
21-0. 3 possession game in favor of the Spartans.
Yeah, touchdown on every single possession. Just really impressive work. But to kind of comment on what you were saying, I really don't think it's sloppy play by El Dorado. I think their players are putting in the work, but not only is Collegiate's offense just doing everything it needs to be doing, just putting in some absolutely incredible work here, but El Dorado's defense has just been predictable through this entire game. Running plays every offensive possession. The same blitzes every defensive possession. I mean, in a game like this, you cannot be that repetitive, especially against offensive team like the Spartans with a lot of depth, a lot of strength. They're going to find a way to get around that every single time. So the El Dorado just came out of a huddle. I really hope they came up with a strategy to kind of start turning it more in their favor in this game.
And Hayden Cronister lines up to move it away. The kick is off, and a deep one, and it's picked up at the 5. He actually picked that up instead of letting it bounce into the end zone. He does get a nice gain of about 10, so El Dorado offense will start at about the 15-yard line, and we'll see what changes they make.
I mean, really, I honestly just hope to see some really strong play here by El Dorado, trying to get around this offense or this defense by Collegiate. It looks like there's going to be no significant changes in the Collegiate defensive lineup. Again, with Tristan Sproul, Gibby Gibson, just really leading the charge right there.
2 men in the backfield for El Dorado. Another handoff gets about 2 yards. It looks like El Dorado is sticking to their game plan. So we'll see how this drive works out. And you've got to imagine, if it doesn't work at this drive, something has to change.
Something absolutely needs to change for them. Looking like they're getting another play call from their coach. I think it's also just cool to mention here tonight, we have an absolutely packed crowd. I know I've already mentioned that, but additionally, cheerleaders, everybody lined up here for the first home game. It's great.
As a running play goes for about 4-ish, it'll be like a 3rd and 4. So we'll see how they can. I don't know how they're going to get this 3rd down if they keep trying to run the ball. It just doesn't seem to work against this strong Spartan linebacker and defensive linemen. It's just not going to work from what we've seen so far.
Keep Gibson coming off the field and for Drake Barron.
Another run, and
another running play down the center.
They do get the first down.
They do.
The chains move, and the ball will be placed at around the 29-yard line.
Man, I mean, not only is this going to take some incredible just strength from El Dorado to keep running these plays every single play. I mean, we're only in the first quarter, but they barely made any yardage. It's just really, I don't know what we're going to see next.
Another thing El Dorado has to think about is that they're already down 21. Running the ball does chew the clock. The clock does run out of time when you do run the ball a lot. So we'll see how they combat this in the second half, whether they'll switch to a more pass-friendly offense with limited time, or whether they'll keep on sticking.
And with that, we end out the first quarter. Spartans leading 21 to El Dorado, nothing. So far, just a really incredible game by the Spartans. I honestly wish we had more to talk about, but like seriously, it's just been incredible work by the Spartans.
Yeah.
Defensively and offensively, key players like Tristan Sproul, Julian, Brett Weta with his tackle was incredible. Touchdown was incredible. Parker basically leading that entire last drive. I mean, there's just nothing else to say.
So now that El Dorado has had a time to regroup, we'll see what their coach actually does. Because you have to imagine what's going on inside of that huddle. It can't be sticking to the same thing. So I know this is repetitive, but we do need to see how they change this up.
At the same time, we do say that, but it is really hard for these high school teams to just switch their strategies on a dime like that. I mean, we saw them in warm-ups. This is what they've been practicing. This is what they thought would win them the game. And now when it's not working, it's really up. Those really good teams, really key times, is to see if they can turn it around, if they can be dynamic, if they can switch it up. Or if they're just a one-trick pony and that trick isn't working.
At the 28-yard line. Quarterback hands it off to the fullback, but he breaks tackles. Gets about 5 yards.
Brought down towards the middle by, I believe, Jacob Chappell, number 16, who was injured last week. He is coming off an injury. He is good enough to play, but I don't believe he's at full strength yet. Additionally, by Asa Ahmad there with the defense.
Another thing to know is that it will be tough for El Dorado to throw the ball deep. We do have very tall corners, such as Sebastian Hines-Turner, about 6'4". He is guarding the perimeter. Oh, wow. That goes absolutely nowhere. Another run play from El Dorado will be about a 3rd and 6.
Incredible work by number 56, Tristan Sproul. He absolutely broke through that offensive line without blinking. Got to the quarterback even almost before he handed it off. Just incredible work. That's going to push El Dorado back to the 34th line.
It does look like Collegiate will be adding an extra rusher on this play. And a sack from the Spartan defense all the way back at the 28-yard line. It would be another 4th and 10.
Against Jack Jacobs. Really incredible work. Like I said, Tristan Sproul just getting in there before El Dorado offense has a chance to respond. They are now pushed back to the 28. Oh, and it looks like a kick from El Dorado out to number 9.
Brett Weta. He gets it to the outside, and he's out of bounds at the 46-yard line, giving the Spartan offense great field position. so that they can try and go up 28-0.
Wow, incredible work there. I mean, there's nothing else to say, but it's now time for collegiate offense to do what they do best, and that is just get that ball down the field. I mean, they've just been doing an incredible job. Gibby Gibson comes back on the field.
Morales and Parker in the backfield. Simon, Gorges, and Turner lined up on the outside. Simon in the slot. Makes a little motion. Ferrales
Like a passing play.
pass to Harrison Simon, who almost breaks a tackle and will pick up about 4 yards.
That was a great play motion there. He had all the gaps. Just good work by El Dorado defense, really. He wasn't quite able to break that tackle, but good work. But
I think it will be interesting to see how El Dorado changes how they play their defense. I mean, they've kept on going with blitzes, but it's obvious that hasn't worked. But we'll see how it all works out for them. Ferrales drops back, looks deep, fires deep to Simon.
wow.
Harrison makes a juke, and he's in for the touchdown. What a play! 40-plus yards, and Spartans are now at 27 points.
I think that was one of the most impressive passing plays I've ever seen here at collegiate football. I mean, he just arced it right perfectly over the defender as he was jumping right into Simon's arms. Just incredible work by both of them. And a juke by Harrison Simon on that defender. Everything there. I mean, it was like watching a well-oiled machine. I mean, any worries I've had about collegiate season right here, they're proving me wrong. They're doing beautiful work here.
It was a really good throw by Ferrales. Yeah.
Another kick by
It gets blocked by number 15 on El Dorado, but it is called grounded. They will not get a 2-point conversion. So score stays 27-0. Maybe that block gives El Dorado some momentum, but as of right now, it's just a clinic.
They do need something, though. I mean, I understand how it can be tough. Oh, I'm sorry, it just caught my eye. We have our new band director, Derek Yang and Omar Altabal, doing push-ups for every point the Spartans have. Amazing to see. I mean, seriously, before we were here, the student section was empty, and now I'm looking over and just see crowds of seniors. It's really good to see everybody here. Looks like El Dorado once again is in a huddle. I mean, we've been commenting on how they're going to need to change throughout this game, but I think if we're going to see anything, it's going to be at halftime at this point.
Yeah. So El Dorado will just try to stop the bleeding before halftime, get inside, make a change, and then come out new in the second half.
Absolutely. Before they do anything, they have to stop collegiate before they already have picked up so much momentum. It's going to take a lot to stop them.
And actually, Ward Weimer with the kickoff this time. And
caught by number 26, Tucker Reed.
Oh, a flag actually on the kickoff. Maybe. This is definitely coming back. This will be a re-kick.
Interesting. I didn't quite catch what happened.
Neither did I. It looks like a false start, probably. That's what it is in most cases.
But yeah, it's just going to be another re-kick by Ward Weimer.
It is indeed a false start. Penalty of 5 yards, and a re-kick will take place. And Weimer kicks it away. Good kick. Caught at the 19-yard line, fumbled. He got it back. And, he fumbled it again. Julian Johnson caught it on the ground. And the Spartan offense is at the 21-yard line, looking to make it 34-0.
Julian Johnson putting in incredible work today. He was right there where he needed to be. Additionally, I think it's important to mention Hall, the El Dorado player who caught that ball. He's a freshman. Fumble off the kick and then fumble when tackled, just tough to see.
Another thing you have to imagine is that the El Dorado defense just got off the field. They have to be so tired, and now you have to deal with a fresh collegiate offense.
Especially with how intense they're playing this game. Looks like another passing play.
Oh, Morales gets hit.
And it is just
broken up.
Just broken up out of Sebastian Turner's hands. That was just a tough play from the offensive Spartan offense. It looks like the blitz was just about to work. They almost got the sack on Hudson. And that pass was great, but it just got swiped out of Sebastian Turner's hands.
Really good play by the defender there.
Absolutely. I think that was what we were supposed to see all along from the El Dorado defense, is that blitz just working to stop Hudson and these fast guys from ever getting their hands on the ball.
Morales, and a fake to Parker, but a screen to Simon. Simon, what
another juke. Wonderful juke. And it looks like he just makes for the first down at the 11th yard line.
And it will be a 3rd and 1 at the 12th yard line.
Looks like Gianni and Hudson Morales are going to be coming in for number 14, Harrison's son, who's absolutely put in some good work these past couple plays.
Graveletta again out on the outside. Looks like man coverage from a handoff to Parker. Breaks the tackle. He gets the first down. Collegiate Spartans knocking on the door once again at the 5-yard line.
I was about to say that looked like a tough tackle, but he just pushed it off. What are you going to do against just absolute pure muscle like that? That was incredible.
Again, Weta and Turner on the outside. Parker in the backfield. Morales making some pre-snap adjustments. Takes the snap. Weta wide open touchdown. 33-0.
Second touchdown for Weta. Beautiful play. Diving around the defender to make that catch.
And Morales read that so quickly. He knew where he was going before the play even began. And it looks like they're going to go for 2, actually, to make it 35-0. Just add more insult to injury.
Looks like they're deliberating with their coaches. Number 6 and 16, Hayden Anderson and Gianni coming off the field. It does look like they're going to be going for the 2-point conversion.
4 receivers now.
With Jaden Parker still at running back. Really spreading out.
Morales takes it, waits a little.
That pass was intended for Brett Weta, but a miss, just a little bit too low. Definitely an idea that I wasn't expecting to see by Wichita Collegiate. Not only going for the 2-point conversion,
up 33 points.
Well, up 33 points, but having a spread out offense like that, El Dorado did a good job stopping it. Oh, wow. Seeing push-ups again out by our seniors. And our new band director just absolutely putting them to shame. Really awesome work. I think I speak for all the collegiate Spartans just to say how happy we are to have them here. We haven't seen this kind of enthusiasm in a while. Wow. And he's not even tired. He's just jogging around. Incredible. Looks like Ward Widener is going to be going for the punt once again.
Up 33, and Weimer
goes out.
Away.
High kick to number 6, Trace Fowler.
And what a tackle by number 6, Hayden Anderson.
Absolutely just dragged him to the ground. I think that, wow. That's going to be hard for me to pick up a key player at the end of this game. Everybody was just absolutely where they need to be. They are putting in the good work this game, absolutely. Looks like they're waiting on more plays from their coach. Looks like the El Dorado strategy is not going to change. Really focusing on passing out to number 2.
And another fumbled snap, and oh my gosh, number 50, Cooper Brown gets a tackle for loss. And I mean, this is what I meant by sloppy play, just losing the football. I mean, this is bad.
And that'll be a timeout for El Dorado. Yeah, I mean, Spartans aren't even getting into a huddle. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to say. They got this game under wraps. I mean, it's really impressive work they're putting out there. El Dorado, I mean, I really hope they can come up with something in the second half. But their strategy still remains to pass out to their 2 backs, just trying to get something going, trying to get something moving. But they're just not going to get done.
It will be about a 2nd and 14. Yeah, a 2nd and 14 for the El Dorado offense. Tristan Sproul is not out there as linebacker. Number 34, Asa Ahmad, is out there at middle linebacker. And yeah, Spartans are now trying to put extra pressure. Only 2 linebackers lined out there to combat the run.
Paul passed out to
And
Hudson.
James Shackelford with a tackle. That goes nowhere. 3rd and 14 again. El Dorado just keeps getting to 3rd and long.
Again, Hudson Pett, one of their key players so far, a freshman for El Dorado. Looks like actually he's going to come out in favor of Cole Rickson, a senior.
And we're just waiting for
Once again.
And yeah. Ball at the 22-yard line, 3rd and 14. Let's see what El Dorado has prepared. And another fumble. This time they fall on it. Harrison Simon almost had it, but it doesn't matter. A 4th and
Looks like
20.
he'll be picked up by Cole Rickson. Rickard. Apologies for El Dorado ball.
Oh, it is a 4th and about 22, and they are lining up to go for it. You heard that correctly. El Dorado is lining up to go for it on 4th and 22.
Oh, high snap. Late kick. They're letting it go for the bounce. Lucky bounce for El Dorado, but still, that's at the 48-yard line. That is just really tough for El Dorado. They tried to get that last-second kick, but it was a high snap. I'm genuinely, I think they're lucky that they didn't just kick it right into a collegiate defender. But wow,
Yeah.
ball now at Spartan ball at the 48-yard line, with about 5 minutes 56 seconds left in this quarter, in this half. Important to also mention running back Julian Johnson now.
And snap a pitch to Julian Johnson, blazing speed. Ooh, gets about 3. It'll be a 2nd and 7 at about 45. I really thought this would have been much more competitive first quarter, considering the 2 different game plans were completely contrasting each other. But Spartans have just completely dominated.
Absolutely. It's also really nice to see. I know the Collegiate Spartans had a really tough half in their first half in their first game of the season. Fake pass.
Morales fires deep.
Very deep lane, number 23. Incredible work. Roman Harani. Wow. Junior picks up. That was just about a 38-yard pass. That was a
That was like a 45-yarder. Oh my, what a throw.
Incredible work. And it was right where it needed to be. He didn't have to change his directory or anything. Herman Harani just had to put up his hands and he was there.
Hudson Ferrales' stats. Oh my goodness.
Incredible.
Throwing dimes.
This time it appears Payne Conister is going to go for the kick. They're going for the 1-pointer, and it's good.
40-0.
40-0. Wow. I gotta say, I was not expecting that, but that was beautiful. Oh, it looks like they're going to go for the push-ups again. They are putting this man to work. Oh, and Derek Yang is trying to compete with him.
Oh, he's doing a pretty good job, Derek.
Who else is out there? Omar Altabal and is that Christina?
No.
It is
Christina.
Yeah, once again, El Dorado using another timeout, it seems. Just trying to pull anything they can together.
El Dorado with 2 timeouts left. You've got to wonder, in the second half, if nothing changes, I guess we got to know when Spartans start pulling starters.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see some action from even third or fourth string players.
But I think in the first home game, they're going to be pretty reluctant to do that. By Ward Widener, sent out to number 6.
Ooh.
Trace Fowler barely picks it up.
Almost.
38.
Almost lost a fumble there, and it's about the 28-yard line.
Oh, my apologies again. At the 28-yard line.
El Dorado will start offensively.
They still do have 5 minutes left. The clock has been moving pretty slowly as long as Collegiate's been holding on to the ball. No changes in formation, except Cole Richardson in for Hudson Bay.
And hand up another fumbled snap. This is the 4th one so far, and it's going to be a 2nd and 12.
Zach Jobs Jr.
You have to think: is there a misunderstanding between the center and the quarterback? I mean,
I really couldn't tell you.
Same formation again for El Dorado.
Pass back. Oh.
Broke a tackle, but once again, not going anywhere. Actually lost 2 yards.
He barely got that pass off through before number 50 Cooper Brown was just on top of him. I mean, is that another timeout? I think this time it's Collegiate.
Oh no, it was El Dorado.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, another El Dorado timeout. Interesting that they're using them all right here, right now. It looks like in their huddle they are practicing snaps. It looks like they're going to be trading out their center for number 67, Tristan Busby.
Oh, and they fumbled another one in the huddle.
Man, this has to be frustrating mid-game to be practicing snaps with an all-new center. Really, really tough. Tristan Busby, we actually don't have a grade or stats on him here, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. He's been in most of this game, but not as center. And 71 there, 71 Cole Heath, senior, no longer center.
El Dorado with 1 timeout left, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
No change in formation. And it looks like Collegiate is just putting all their pressure up front.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
stacking the box. Oh, the snap went correctly, but a run play on the 3rd and 13. It's going to be a 4th and 9. I mean,
this entire game I've been paying attention to the pass off, trying to make out just in the mess of bodies who's picking up the ball. But that was the first play that I really paid attention to the line there. Wow. I mean, Tristan Sproul, number 11, Jaden Parker, Lucas Randy Brown, number 50, number 50, Cooper. Wow, they just shot against the line, just absolutely sending them tumbling back. Beautiful work.
No change in formation. Oh, they do switch it up. They will be running out of shotgun for about the second time this game, and they punted. Oh, lucky bounce.
9, Brett Wetta.
Oh, he picks it up. He has blockers in front of him.
And he makes it around the first defender, heading out to the 40, 30.
The 30-yard line. They will call it out at the 26-yard line, and the Spartans are in great position to score again.
That has to be frustrating for El Dorado. Only 3 minutes left in the half. Again, putting Collegiate in position to take for another touchdown. I don't think they've missed a single possession. I think they've gotten a touchdown on every single possession El Dorado has given them.
Number 4, Julian Johnson in for Parker. Ferrala's under center again. 4 wideouts this time. And Wetta and Turner are on the outside. Ferrala looks deep.
Out
for Turner. Oh, what a pass.
What a pass to Sebastian Turner. That was about a 29-yard pass into a wide receiver in the end zone, still being actively defended. Wow.
What a pass. That was right into the hands of Turner. He didn't have to do any sort of adjustment.
I mean, Turner was tall enough he could get over the defender, but he didn't even really have to jump. I mean, wow. Just wow.
He just ran past him. There was nothing that the cornerback could have done there.
Number 15, Payne Chronister, looking for the kick. Doesn't get blocked, and it's good.
47-0 with 3 minutes left. Wow. I did not expect this coming out of the Spartan offense.
Oh my goodness gracious, they're making the poor band director go again. How many push-ups has he done so far? I mean, he's done over 100 push-ups by now. Incredible. And I think it's important to mention to all you viewers who aren't seeing from home, he's just fully in the Spartan wear, khakis, belt, dress shoes, and pom-pom under his hat.
Hair.
It's his first year, and I can say with absolute confidence, he is here with more Spartan spirit than any of us.
Oh yeah, he's getting tired now.
Absolutely. Oh man. He's getting tired. He's slowing down.
Oh, well, looks like he got them done, though.
He did get them done. Oh, look at that. Kick off by number 57, Ward Widener, out to number 6, Trace Fowler.
Oh, and a fumble, but he got it back. Number 16.
Gianni.
Forced the fumble there.
I mean, like I said, it's really, Hudson's made some incredible throws, Brett Wetta, some incredible running plays, but, wow, just wow. They're putting in some, every single member of the Collegiate Spartans football team right now is doing everything they need to be doing.
Yep, and it looks like no change in formation from El Dorado.
Of course. Except,
and takes it out of center. Oh,
out to number 6, Trace Fowler. Makes it around defenders. Number 1,
10 yards and moves the chains.
Pushes him out of bounds.
The first down I think I've
seen El Dorado since the beginning first quarter of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what they needed?
Yeah, maybe that's what they needed.
It was also a change in play. They didn't have exactly the same layout right there.
Very good fake from the quarterback there. And ball at the 33-yard line, fresh set of downs, same formation as always. And a run play that goes absolutely nowhere. In fact, loses about 2 yards. 2nd and 12.
Number 61, Gianni, and number 35 coming in for the Spartans, Drake Barron.
For Nico Henninger, number 61.
I mean, those centers have been putting in the work. They've been doing an absolutely amazing job, but every single snap they're pushing right against El Dorado's defense. Which, might I add, number 67, Tristan Dusby, and number 71, Cole Eaton, have been on for every single snap of El Dorado's game.
And another run play that goes, oh, he broke 2 tackles. What a play.
Finally brought down by number 35, Drake Barron.
3rd and 3? It'll be a 3rd and 4 officially. What a play.
That was an incredible play. He managed to break 2 tackles. Maybe we were right. Maybe that's what they needed. Some impressive stuff, managing to make it around Spartan defense. That could have almost been collegiate defense just getting too comfortable with the repetitive plays. But at the same time, it looks like number 9 they have coming out, Tanner Riddle on the outside for El Dorado, forcing Collegiate to switch it up.
Oh, and a fumble, and did Collegiate get it? There's a pile of bodies, and Collegiate has the ball.
Oh, it looks like number 2, Jack Grace, was able to dive in and grab the ball for Collegiate.
At the 36-yard line, and that is the 4th or 5th fumble from El Dorado.
I believe that's 5th.
That is 5 fumbles from El Dorado tonight.
And that one was from Tristan Busby as center. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Really just don't know what to say. Jack Grace, we haven't seen anything from him yet. Just managed to dive in there and grab that fumble. Every single player on Collegiate's team just putting in the work.
Julian Johnson in, and a handoff to him. Oh,
looks like he's stopped.
Yeah.
With only a few, looks like 5-yard gain, or no, 2 yards. 2 yard.
2 yard.
Excuse me.
And a 2nd and 8 coming up.
Shackelford coming in for number 14, Harrison Simon.
Johnson in once again. Number 23, Roman Harani, again on the outside. Remember, he made the play a couple touchdowns
Once
ago.
again, pass or handoff into Julian Johnson. He makes it into the dog pile. Looks like that would be a standing nearly touchdown. He's brought back a little bit. It was only a couple yard gain.
A 3rd and 5, and this is the first 3rd down I think I've seen in a while for the Spartans. So it looks like El Dorado's defense is starting to put a little more pressure on them.
I mean, with 20 seconds left in the game, or in the half, I'm afraid maybe this will put a stop.
Handoff to Johnson, bounces outside. He goes nowhere. The El Dorado defense makes a stand.
Down by Bew Hall, freshman running back.
And it appears
on defense.
They will just run out the clock. 47-0, Spartans at halftime. And we will see you guys at the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
You know, I think it's interesting to say, like, there was some decisive plays made there by Collegiate, but at the end we saw the first inkling that they were getting pushed back. The first time they turned over the ball on a possession. Maybe we can see just a little bit of turnaround by El Dorado, but I mean the score is gone. The score 47 Spartans, 0 El Dorado, just puts El Dorado in a nearly impossible position to come back. So now we're going to put it into halftime. Thank you so much for listening in. We will be back in about 15 minutes for the second half of this game.
Yeah, Parker struggling to really find a hole there to go for, and then he stayed on his feet and kept with it. It's a botched PAT attempt there for the Spartans, as they're not going to get the extra point, so we'll stay at 53-0 for the time being. Now 5 minutes left in the half. So not a great end there to everything, but at the end of the day, a great score for the Spartans on the run by Jaden Parker.
Absolutely.
And a timeout will be called, so the official signaling for the clock to stop now, I believe.
It's good to see some more collegiate Spartan seniors representing out there doing the push-ups. I mean, seriously, tonight, first home game of the year. I know there was a little bit of concern about the state of the student section, the state of the crowd, but let me tell you, it's just absolutely bursting with Spartan spirit here.
Yeah, that's not something we've seen a lot as far as the push-ups go. I mean, that may be a new tradition that ends up getting started here, and that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Still 5 minutes left on the clock. Number 15, Peyton Cronister with the punt.
Yeah, it'll be Cronster to kick it off here for the Spartans, a little bit different from Weimer. You know, this point in the game, Spartans looking to get everyone a chance that they can. Cronster kicks it off. Solid kick out to about the 15-yard line.
Number 25, Bu Hall picks it up.
Fielded, run out, 30-yard line, still on his feet, and tackled down at the 33.
Impressive stop by Roman Harani. We haven't seen a lot from him in the past, but he's really shown up today with his own touchdown and that tackle right there.
Yeah, a lot of good energy around the Spartans right now. I see Hudson, you know, he's bouncing up and down along the sidelines. Just the Spartans having a lot of fun right now. Looks like we've got a down Wildcat right now. Not entirely sure who that is. Looked like it might have been Fowler, but not entirely certain. Certainly hope he's okay.
Absolutely.
Going to have a pause in the action here. Still down, and like you said, we hope he's okay.
You know what? During this break right here, special shout out to our technical helper here, Tyler Rice, helping us out with the audio, helping us set this whole thing up.
Yeah, we understand the audio might have been a little bit echoey in the first half. We apologize for that. Hopefully it's fixed now. We should be good, according to Tyler. So we thank him for his help. You know, he was out here helping us the first game, and really appreciate all his help. Really couldn't be able to do this without him. So really appreciate Tyler's help in all of this.
That is no exaggeration. I mean, I have no clue how a lot of this works, but he's working there behind the scenes.
And it looks like Fowler was the downed El Dorado player as he gingerly walks off the field.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's had a lot of hands on the ball this game, but I don't think we're going to be seeing much more of him.
Yeah, Fowler really been the main back for El Dorado, and big loss for them. And you certainly don't want to see anyone go down, especially in these kind of blowout games where it's almost kind of garbage time here late in the going. You don't want to see anyone get injured, especially in these situations. So once again, it'll be Jacobs under center. Takes a snap, opts to pitch. Out to Hall, and he's going to be down behind the line of scrimmage.
That looks like about...
Harani wraps him up in the backfield. Another excellent tackle there for the Spartans on the backfield. I know Cooper Brown has been active tonight. Jacob Chappell with a huge hit in the first half. Just laid a guy out.
I was commenting on that. I mean, even with still recovering from his slight injury, he's absolutely just a powerhouse out there.
Yeah, Chappell came out motivated tonight. I know he was really excited to get a couple more opportunities, and he's taking advantage of it.
Absolutely.
2nd and 12 now for the Wildcats. Fowler hit in the backfield, stays on his feet momentarily, and finally brought down. A little extracurriculars after the play.
Yeah, I mean, Collegiate's going to have to watch out on that one. I mean, I know it's exciting for them. They're jumping around, but in blowout games like this.
Yeah, no harm, no foul, no flag on the play. Just
Right.
a little rough on the final play, but no worries. Sets up 3rd and 12 once again for El Dorados. They made it nowhere there on that second down attempt. See what El Dorado opts to do. As we said, not a lot of passing in this game for them. We'll see if they try to air it out a little bit. Fowler once again right under center. Opts to hand it off. No, fakes it. Out to Hall, and Hall is brought down in the backfield. And he is met in the backfield by Jack Grace. Jack Grace, another player that we need to talk about as far as getting in there on defense,
Absolutely.
hounding the opposition.
Yeah, he picked up a fumble in the first half, second quarter. Like I said, I think all parts of the collegiate is just working as a machine today.
Punt is blocked.
Goes straight up.
Straight up in the air, trickles out to about the 40-yard line, and that's where it's going to be downed by El Dorado. So Collegiate didn't quite want to try to field that ball, so it's spinning wildly in the air. And they're going to get the ball at El Dorado's 40-yard line.
Looks like Parker and number 16, Gianni, are coming off the field now.
Yeah, Jaden Parker certainly been doing a lot of work for the Spartans tonight. He's going to get a much-needed rest, and coming on now is Julian Johnson, and
Who has also had an incredible game today.
yeah, absolutely. It's something we talked about last game is how quick he is on the first step, and we're going to get to see that now as he takes off about the 40-yard line, gets stopped, though, at the 42.
Right. I mean, we were talking his first touchdown, first part of this game. I mean, just quick, darting around those players. Just nobody is able to stop him when he gets going.
Yeah, Julian Johnson, like we said, I mean, super quick first step. He's really, really quick, as opposed to kind of what it's been as Jaden Parker running the ball.
With just more
He
power.
where he needs a little bit more momentum to get going, takes a little bit more power.
Right.
Spartans now setting up 2nd and 8. Direct snap to Simon. Simon hit hard at the 35-yard line, my bad. Gets up, though, and that'll set up a 3rd and 5 for the Spartans.
Not even a limp in his step.
Hard hit there delivered by Riddle. So Simon, like we said, he's getting an opportunity now to prove himself as his quarterback. Obviously Hudson, he's a senior, so a couple of guys auditioning for a spot potentially next year.
Looks like Marcus Gorgeous is going to come in. We haven't seen him play yet today. Looks like they're going to gradually move some lower string players in.
Yeah, and he was certainly a factor last game. Had a touchdown reception and a 2-point conversion. Simon back to pass, finds Gorgeous on his first play of the game, and that's going to be a first down for the Spartans out to the 21-yard line. 26-yard line. Apologies.
Taken on by 3 defenders. Only about 36 seconds left in this quarter. Tough hit, but just walks it off.
Yeah, that height of Gorgeous, plays a big factor. Really good athlete. Can run. Good solid first step, and able to come down with the reception.
Looks like Will Strecker is now going to be coming in. We also haven't seen any playtime from him just as the quarter turns.
And that'll conclude the third quarter. The score now 53-0. The Spartans lead and still have a shutout. Defense still hasn't allowed a point on the season in the first 2 and 3-quarter games. First 1 and 3-quarter games.
I don't really know what to comment on what we're going to see next. I think we're going to see a lot of the same stuff we've seen in the first 3 quarters. We see a little bit of celebration by the collegiate Spartans. I think we see some of the starting players starting to move back as I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more action by some of the lower string players.
Yeah, Aiden, is there something you're looking to see here, final quarter, something you want to see the Spartans do to kind of round this game out?
I couldn't tell you. Yes, because I think everything Collegiate has wanted to do this game, everything they've wanted to do, everything they've been doing amazingly. They at the start of this game, they wanted to use the outside to their advantage to break that blitz attack, and I think we've only seen the blitz attack, the El Dorado defense, do what it wants to do once this game, in the second quarter, closer to the end. So not only has their offense been working, but they have been stopping the El Dorado running plays every single play of the game. I really don't know how they could do it better. What I would love to see is just some more continuation from some of the higher string players, just so we can get a bit of confidence as seniors to know that, you know, they're going to keep passing this on. They're going to keep up the mantle of this great football that we're seeing from the Collegiate Spartans.
Yeah, Collegiate, there's not much more you can ask for, really. It's been a great game so far for them. Just looking to keep the foot on the floor.
Number 5, Isaac, is now our quarterback. We have completely switched out our roster. No more first-string players on the field.
Yeah, Collegiate finally calls off that first team, you know, want to avoid those injuries, you know, something we saw, obviously, with El Dorado. You know, you don't want to have anybody get injured, as Vanderberg now takes over, and we're going to have a timeout called by El Dorado, it looks like. It's going to be Rickard hobbling off the field a little bit. As we said, it'll be Vanderberg under center now. 2nd and 7 for the Spartans.
Ball goes out to Timmy Ritchie, a freshman.
He gains his way out to about the 20-yard line. Vanderberg faked the throw and got it to Ritchie for a solid gain. Sets up 3rd and 3 for the Spartans. And a couple more substitutions for the Spartans, getting a couple of freshmen, sophomores into the game.
Really nice for them to just be able to get out there on the varsity playing field in front of all these fans. Good experience, good morale boost.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good rest for the older guys. You know,
Right,
they don't
right.
have to go through the grind of a whole entire game. Vanderberg back to pass, connects. Batiste. catches the ball.
Batiste.
And Batiste gets out to about the 10-yard line. Batiste, someone we haven't seen a whole lot in this game or really all season.
yeah.
So really good to see him make a reception, the sophomore. Certainly a star on the basketball court. So good to see him
Yeah,
out
absolutely.
performing.
You know, those 3 freshmen last year who are now become sophomores really changed a lot of Spartan athletics, and it's always interesting to see them come out just doing what they do best. Jaden with some amazing playing this game. I believe Sebastian got his own touchdown, and AJ with some good playing time now.
Another timeout called, hoping to get some players a little bit of rest. As this has been a bit of a long game, really, you know, so much scoring, a lot of stops in the action, can really kind of grind at both teams.
Absolutely. Especially for El Dorado team, where they've had the same players coming in and out, or staying on the field front line, play after play after play. They're really getting wore down. Looks like we have another injury on the field for El Dorado. Number 6.
Soper, that's number 5.
Oh, my apologies. Another freshman.
So he comes off the field. Hopefully he's okay. So yet another injury timeout here, and like we said, not something you want to see a whole lot of.
Especially this late in a blowout game. Just really tough to see for El Dorado.
When we get back going again here, it'll be Collegiate at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, looking for yet another touchdown. To kind of put a cap on this one, it's been a dominating performance so far for the Spartans, 53-0. only concern really for the Spartans, I'd say, has been a couple of special teams kicks, but that's pretty easy to resolve. Just a couple of missed PATs, a couple of punts that went askew.
Absolutely. Number 5 goes
and
in.
Isaac Vanderberg takes it to the house for a Spartan touchdown.
Wow, he just made his way around those defenders, found all the gaps he needed to find.
Great run by Isaac
Great run by
Vanderberg to get
him.
to the house, and the Spartans now lead 59-0, looking to make it 60. It'll be Ezra Myers on to kick for the Spartans. Kick is up, away, and through. PAT is good for Ezra Myers. Aiden, I'm sure you love to see that.
Oh, absolutely. Some of his first points in a varsity game, really love to see it. Yeah, a lot of these players don't get a ton of time playing, especially when it's out here varsity games. Love to see.
Well, and I would say at this point the push-ups have gone to the wayside.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you score 60 points,
Absolutely.
it may get a little bit difficult to start doing the push-ups. So the student section maybe not quite getting into that at this point.
Yeah.
But it was fun to see when the score was a little bit lower.
Absolutely. But again, I mean, it's just lovely to see out here. The student section, every time I look back, just seems a little more full. Even in a blowout game like this, crowd still full. Just love to see that Spartan spirit for the first home game. Kickoff by Nate Toon, a freshman.
Yeah, a lot of different players getting the opportunity to kick as well. I think we've seen about 4 different players now between Myers, Toon, Weimer, and Chronister.
Yeah.
So Toon sets his special teams unit, gets him behind. And kicks it away. Here we go.
Beautiful kick.
Solid kick. Down at the 7-yard line, picked up by El Dorado. Still on his feet. Has a block, has one man to beat, and can't get to him. Great open field tackle by Isaac Vanderberg, doing it on both sides of the ball.
Number 21, who picked up Connor Scholes, someone we haven't seen so far in this game, got some good yards in right there as well.
Spartan defense once again comes up with a big play, that time on special teams, to prevent what might have been a score had Scholes been able to beat Vanderberg. As it is, though, the score still 60-0 for the Spartans. 10 minutes now left in the game. Official gets the play clock running. Snap is away and going absolutely nowhere.
This is going to be really difficult for some of these freshmen and sophomore defenders here on the collegiate side, especially with these big varsity guys constantly running these running plays, making it really hard on them. Looks like we have
once again, it's an El Dorado player down.
I mean, that's just what happens when you have all your varsity players playing both offense and defense, running consistently physical running plays. I mean, you're just bound to see injuries.
Yeah, you look down on that sideline, Aiden, and you compare the two. Spartans definitely have just a higher body count
Absolutely.
than the Wildcats do. El Dorado, maybe not more than 20 players out there on the sideline waiting to go into the game, where the Spartans maybe have 30, 40 deep waiting to go in.
Looks like number 14 for collegiate will be coming Harrison Simon. Fortunately, not a lot to say. Looks like the injured player was number 87, Bronson Larimer, a junior, limping off the field. And that is going to be the third, I believe, injury for El Dorado, just putting them in a really tough spot. Really hard to continue with still 9.5 minutes left in the game.
Under center now is Leckenberg. Sorry, that's still Jacobs. Takes the snap, pitches it once again, and down behind the line is Hall once again. Hall just really hasn't been able to find any ground this game.
As a freshman, he's been playing this entire game, getting a lot of possessions, just having a really tough time. I mean, it's really tough to compete against, but when you've been playing a whole game as a freshman, you're bound to lose some balls and bound to have a lot of difficulties, especially against a defense like the Spartans.
Third and 9 now for the Wildcats. Triple option blown up, and the flag comes in. Play stopped. See what the call is here from the officials. And it's going to be offsides on Collegiate. That moves the ball 5 yards down the field in favor of the Wildcats. Sets up third and manageable now. It's about 3rd and 3 now for the Wildcats on the 5-yard penalty. Jacobs under center once again, takes the snap, decides to keep it, tries to run up the middle, looking for the first down. It's going to be close, and they're going to say he got there. First down for the Wildcats, and the first time in a long time that it hasn't been a 3 and out.
I believe that's the first time this half, third time this game, that they've gotten the first down. Just really tough to see.
Play continuing here, 7.5 minutes now left in the game. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Wildcats. Ball run out to just about the line of scrimmage, and a scrum at the line of scrimmage. And the ball's down there. They'll give him about a foot or two there on the play, and it's still about 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
You know, it's really hard to comment on any strategies going on for these younger guys. I mean, really all they're trying to do is just stop them from making any just trying to practice through, trying to get any good repetitions in, prep for later games. There's just not a lot to be done on either side at this point in the game.
Yeah, Jacobs took the ball once again, tried to go somewhere, but met right at the line of scrimmage once again. El Dorado's kind of wishbone-style offense just not doing them any favors right now. As Collegiate's prepared for it.
Oh, looks like a fumble, but picked back up by El Dorado.
Still on his feet all the way, breaks a couple of tackles, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Wildcats. A botched play turns into 6.
By number 45, Dylan Scott, a senior. Wow. Botched play goes up on the outside. Looks like we were just not able to catch up to him. Botched play just turned to magic, I guess.
Yeah. Just something that went so wrong, it ended up going right there for the Wildcats.
Yeah. I mean, they really did need something so unpredictable that Collegiate couldn't stop it.
Yeah, you know, the ball trickled out to the sidelines and took it up from there. Bit of a strange formation here on the special teams unit as El Dorado finally comes back to center. For a second, they had about 9 players lined up on the left side.
I have no clue what that was there.
El Dorado's still scrambling to kind of get the kick away here. 2 seconds left on the play clock, and a timeout is called as El Dorado all kinds of confused there on the PAT.
I've never seen anything like that before.
It was certainly interesting. I mean, they stacked up 9 players up on the left side, trying to throw Collegiate off, I suppose, and then ran back to center to try to get the PAT off and didn't have enough time.
I guess just trying not to give Collegiate the time to set up, to break through. But, I mean,
Yeah, ends up not working out too well for El Dorado there as they have to call a timeout on the PAT as they look for point number 7.
This time a normal formation by the special teams.
It'll be Olsen on the kick for the Wildcats.
It goes
Kick
up.
is up and good. So score now 60-7 as the Spartans are scored on for the first time this season on a bit of a strange play down the sidelines for El Dorado, but nonetheless, El Dorado able to register the first score now of the game for themselves.
I mean, definitely not something I was expecting. I was really expecting this to go all the way. No scores with how it was looking, but yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like Collegiate was going to be able once again to kind of have that shutout going, and not quite able to do it this time, but all the same, defense has been great so far. Offense has really shown out this game, certainly a lot better than they had done game before. So
Yeah.
a lot to like from this game for the Spartans, certainly very few flaws. 5 minutes now left in the game as the Spartans look to close this one out without much incident.
I absolutely don't think that one play defines how Collegiate has performed this game at all. I mean, it might as well have been 60-0 at this point. Like, really just great defense from Collegiate all around, doing what they needed to be doing, especially with the younger teams. Just really good stuff. Looks like for the first time we're going to see a kickoff from El Dorado from number... Excuse me, number, I believe, 22. Oh, 21, Connor Schultz. Oh, and it is picked up by number 85.
Out to the
Logan
30-yard
Clay.
line goes Logan. Logan Clay. Great play there for the Spartans.
Great play. Picked up. Beautiful.
Spartans now out to the Wildcat 30. As we said, the Spartans looking for just maybe one final exclamation point on this game to seal it. Of course, the result really not much doubt at this point. 60-7, 4 minutes left in the game, but Spartans still looking to play at their all. Certainly, a lot of guys looking to get an opportunity in there, as we've said. Vanderberg under center, hands it off. Up the middle, evades a tackle, has a block out to about the 17-yard line. Goes Will Strecker. Sorry, that was Ritchie, 29, not 19. Timmy Ritchie on the carry. Gains a first down for the Spartans, 12-yard carry.
He's another player to look out for in the future. Just really good playing today on JV. Does some really great stuff. Definitely shows a bright future for Spartan football.
Vanderberg in shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. And it's Ritchie now up the middle. And he's able to gain about 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Spartans. Another good run by Ritchie there. Solid pump action fake there from Vanderberg and able to fool the defense a little bit and allow Ritchie to get an open running lane. Vanderberg gets his instructions from Coach Black and runs back into the huddle, trying to set up the Spartan offense here. Spartans now into the red zone, looking for, like we said, one final score maybe on this game.
2 minutes and 47 seconds left.
Vanderberg takes the snap, fakes the handoff, now decides to take it himself. Out to the 10-yard line, jukes a player, flag down on the play, runs out to the sideline and down at the 2-yard line. Flag on the play, though. We'll see what happens. Might be a block in the backfield there on the Spartans. And it is holding on the Spartans, so that's going to set them back a little bit as the good run by Vanderberg is negated.
Still hearing some loud cheers from the collegiate Spartan fans. Love to see it today. Just some great Spartan spirit all around. just from everybody here, the band, the cheerleaders, the fans, the student section, the players, everybody.
So the hold sets the Spartans back 10. Now out to their opponent's 25-yard line. Vanderberg takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle is Staley. And he's going to be down. See where they spot him. About the 24-yard line. Solid run for Staley. Now still 3rd and long for the Spartans.
Only about 1 minute left in this game. We'll see if they keep trying to go for it.
Spartans faced with 3rd and 15. We'll see if Vanderberg elects to take a throw here. Hands it off instead. It's Ritchie down along the left sideline. Another flag down on the play. Ritchie's called out at about the 17-yard line. And another hold on the Spartans. So another 10-yard penalty. And once again, a solid run for the Spartans. Taken back. So underclassmen getting a little bit of experience here. Going to have to learn maybe
Getting
to control
some real
themselves a little
experience.
bit. A couple of holds on the play, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to push against these El Dorado guys, especially when they're getting frustrated. There's going to be some interesting plays, but, I mean, this is just showing them that they got to keep cool. They can't be making stupid mistakes like these holdings. Only about 19 seconds left in this game.
3rd and 25 now for the Spartans. And Vanderberg just elects to hand it off
to Ritchie again.
Ritchie once again gets up the middle. Solid gain, maybe 3-4 yards on the play. That's going to round out this game, though, as the Spartans are able to dwindle the clock down with the ball as the final score goes 60 for the Wichita Collegiate Spartans and 7 for the El Dorado Wildcats. Aiden, a great game tonight for the Spartans.
Absolutely. I got to ask, I know you were in this player of the game.
Yeah, sure. We'll take a player game. You know, I was going to get a little bit more wrap up in there, but
Oh, okay.
that's fine. You know, player of the game. Tough to say, really. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Ferralis, though. Really showed what he can do with the football this game, being able to pass the ball for, as you said, about 250 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Really impressive showing for him. Wasn't really able to show us all he could do last game, and might have been his coming out party today.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. I think all parts of Spartan, the Spartan offense and defense were working really well. Tristan Sproul had some great tackles. Brett Weta had a couple of great touchdowns, but really it was all hinged on number 8, Hudson. He just put in some really great work today.
Yeah, all in all, great game for the Spartans. Able to walk away with a big win here. 60-7, the final score here from Wichita Collegiate. Well, we understand there might have been a couple of technical difficulties on tonight's broadcast. We do apologize for that, and we'll hope to get it better next time. We thank Hayan Rafi for joining us for his first game. Certainly fun having him up here, and I think that'll just about wrap up our coverage for collegiate football. Next Friday, we'll be home again, so at least for the first half, it'll be Aiden and Hayan covering the game once again. But until then, for Hayan Rafi and Aiden Myers, I'm Connor Schubach. Thank you for listening to the CSPN, and we'll see you next time.